The title of today's video is, "The Day My Test Results Changed Everything." Imagine this, you're sitting in your doctor's office for what you think is just a routine checkup. You've been feeling a little more tired than usual, maybe putting on a few extra pounds around the middle, or noticing that you're thirsty all the time. Nothing major, right? Life's busy, work, family, stress, it's easy to brush those things off. Then the doctor walks in, looks at your blood test results, and says, "We need to talk about this. Your numbers show you're heading toward type 2 diabetes, or worse, you might already be pre-diabetic." In that moment, everything shifts. It's not dramatic like a heart attack or a sudden illness. It's quiet. But it's a wake-up call that can truly change everything: your energy, your future health, even how long and well you live. I remember hearing stories like this from so many people. One friend told me, "I thought I was just getting older. Turns out, my blood sugar was silently climbing for years." Another said, "That one test result made me rethink every meal, every habit." And thank goodness it did. Today, in this 1 to 2 hour deep dive, we're turning that wake-up call into empowerment. This isn't about fear, it's about knowledge and action. We'll turn prediabetes and insulin resistance into a complete health masterclass anyone can understand, no medical degree needed. Here's what you'll learn: the simple basics of how your body handles blood sugar, and why it matters every single day. The subtle signs and symptoms that most people ignore until it's too late. The real causes and risk factors hiding in everyday life. How doctors typically spot this through tests, without me giving any personal advice, of course. Serious complications if left unchecked, but more importantly, how to prevent them. Evidence-based lifestyle changes: what to eat, how to move, sleep tips, stress management, practical steps you can start safely at home. And we'll bust common myths, answer your top questions, and give you a clear plan to take control. By the end, you'll walk away feeling hopeful and equipped. Because the truth is, prediabetes is reversible for most people. With the right changes, you can turn those numbers around, boost your energy, lower your risks, and add healthy years to your life. If any of this sounds familiar, maybe you felt that fatigue, or you're worried about family history, stick with me. This could be the video that changes things for you. Pause for a second, think about your own energy levels lately. Have you noticed anything off? Drop a comment below if you're watching because of your own test results or just to learn more. I read them all, and it helps build this community. Alright, let's start by understanding the basics. Now that we've set the stage with why this topic is so critical, let's start by understanding the basics of blood sugar, insulin, and what we call insulin resistance or prediabetes, in the simplest terms possible. Think of your body like a car. Food is the fuel, and blood sugar, or glucose, is the gas that powers everything: your brain, muscles, organs. When you eat, especially carbs like bread, rice, pasta, or sweets, your body breaks them down into glucose. That glucose enters your bloodstream. To use that glucose for energy, your pancreas makes a hormone called insulin. Insulin is like the key that unlocks your cells so glucose can get in and fuel you up. In a healthy system, this works smoothly. Blood sugar rises a bit after eating, insulin does its job, and levels go back down. But here's where things can go wrong: over time, from habits we'll talk about soon, your cells can start ignoring that insulin key. They become resistant to it. So the pancreas pumps out more and more insulin to force the glucose in. At first, you might not notice. But your blood sugar starts creeping up. That's prediabetes, higher than normal, but not yet full type 2 diabetes. If it keeps going, the pancreas gets worn out, can't keep up, and blood sugar stays high. That's type 2 diabetes. Prediabetes affects millions. In fact, over 1 in 3 adults have it, and most don't know. It's often silent until a simple blood test reveals it. Next, let's talk about the signs you should never ignore. These aren't always obvious, which is why so many miss them. Here are the most important symptoms. I'll number them for clarity. Constant fatigue. Not just tired after a long day, but dragging even after sleep. Because your cells aren't getting the energy they need. Increased thirst and frequent urination. High blood sugar makes your kidneys work overtime, pulling fluid from your body. Unexplained weight gain, especially around the belly. Insulin resistance promotes fat storage there. Blurry vision. Sugar can pull fluid into your eye lenses. Slow healing cuts or frequent infections. High sugar impairs healing and immunity. Tingling or numbness in hands/feet, early nerve signs. Hunger even after eating. Your body craves more fuel because it's not using it well. Dark patches on skin, like neck or armpits, called acanthosis nigricans. If several of these ring a bell, don't panic, but do note them for your doctor. Now, what causes this and who's at risk? It's rarely one thing, usually a mix. Key causes and risk factors: diet high in processed foods, sugars, refined carbs. These spike blood sugar repeatedly. Lack of movement. Exercise helps cells use insulin better. Excess weight, especially abdominal fat. Fat cells release inflammatory signals that worsen resistance. Age, risk rises after 45, as muscle mass drops. Family history. Genetics play a role. If parents or siblings have diabetes, your risk is higher. Stress. Cortisol raises blood sugar. Poor sleep. Disrupts hormones. Certain ethnicities have higher risk: African American, Hispanic, Native American, Asian American. History of gestational diabetes or PCOS in women. Real-life example: Sarah, a busy mom in her 40s, ate quick meals, lots of takeout. She gained weight slowly, felt tired, blamed it on kids. A routine test showed prediabetes. She said, "I had no idea my daily coffee drink and skipping walks were adding up." The good news? Most risk factors are changeable. Take a moment. Which of these feel relevant to you? Jot it down or comment below. Sharing helps others too. Next up, we'll dive into how this is diagnosed and what happens if ignored. If any of these signs or risk factors sound familiar, here's how health professionals usually check for prediabetes or insulin resistance. Remember, this is general education only. I'm not diagnosing anyone. Always see a qualified doctor for your personal situation. Common ways doctors diagnose: they start with questions about symptoms, family history, diet, exercise. Then, simple blood tests: fasting blood glucose, after no food 8 hours, normal is under 100 mg per deciliter. 100 to 125 is prediabetes. A 1C test, average blood sugar over 2 to 3 months. Under 5.7% normal, 5.7 to 6.4% prediabetes. Oral glucose tolerance test, drink sugary solution, check blood sugar after 2 hours. Sometimes they check fasting insulin levels or calculate resistance scores. Routine checkups catch many cases. That's why guidelines recommend screening starting at age 35 to 45, or earlier with risks. Now, let's talk complications, not to scare, but to motivate. If prediabetes progresses unchecked, full type 2 diabetes, harder to reverse, needs meds often. Heart disease and stroke: high sugar damages blood vessels, raises blood pressure/cholesterol. Nerve damage, pain, numbness, especially feet. Kidney issues, can lead to failure over time. Eye problems, retinopathy, even blindness. Higher infection risk, slow healing. But here's the key: most complications are preventable with early action. Prevention strategies and early steps you can take: get screened regularly if at risk. Track weight and waist, aim for gradual loss if needed. Move daily, even walking 30 minutes helps hugely. Eat more whole foods, veggies, proteins, healthy fats. Limit sugars and refined carbs. Manage stress, meditation, hobbies. Prioritize sleep, 7 to 9 hours. These are safe starting points, more details coming soon. Real example, John ignored fatigue for years. Test showed prediabetes. Simple changes dropped his A1C in months, avoided meds. You're doing great sticking with this, we're building real understanding here. Coming up, a quick check-in with you. We've covered a lot so far, the basics, signs, causes, diagnosis, risks, and prevention basics. How are you feeling about this? Pause and reflect, on a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned are you about your own blood sugar based on what we've discussed? If it's higher than you'd like, that's okay, knowledge is the first step. Many viewers comment things like, I had no idea thirst was a sign, or, my family has diabetes, this motivated me to get checked. If that's you, drop your thoughts below. What's one symptom or risk factor that hit home? Or a question you have? I love hearing your stories, it inspires everyone. And if this is helping, hit that like button, it tells YouTube to share with more people who need it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos on heart health, energy boosters, or meal ideas. In just a few minutes, as promised, we'll dive into the exact foods to add or avoid, a full lifestyle plan, exercise tips, and more. Plus, we'll answer FAQs like, can I reverse this completely, and bust myths like, it's just genetics, nothing I can do. You're halfway through, keep going, this is where it gets practical and empowering. One quick valuable tip while we're here, start today with a 10-minute walk after your next meal. It lowers blood sugar naturally. Try it and let me know how it feels. Alright, now as promised, let's get into what you can actually do daily. Now, as promised, let's go step by step through a practical lifestyle plan for managing or reversing prediabetes and improving insulin sensitivity. These are evidence-based changes many can do safely at home, but again, general info. Work with your healthcare professional for your plan. First, diet, the biggest lever. Do's: fill half your plate with non-starchy veggies, broccoli, spinach, salads. Choose whole foods, oats, quinoa, beans, nuts. Protein at every meal, eggs, fish, chicken, tofu, stabilizes sugar. Healthy fats, avocado, olive oil, fatty fish. Fiber-rich, aims for 30 g plus daily, slows sugar absorption. Don'ts: cut sugary drinks, soda, juice, biggest culprits. Limit refined carbs, white bread, pastries. Watch portions of even healthy carbs like fruit, pair with protein. Example day, breakfast, eggs with veggies. Lunch, salad with grilled chicken. Dinner, salmon, quinoa, greens. Snacks, nuts or yogurt. Exercise, aim 150 minutes moderate weekly. Walking briskly. Strength training 2-3x week, builds muscle, improves insulin use. Even short bursts help. Sleep, 7 to 9 hours. Poor sleep worsens resistance. Stress management, daily deep breathing, yoga, or walks in nature. Routine checkups, track progress with doctor. Small changes add up, many reverse prediabetes in months. Now, FAQs and myths versus facts. Common question 1, can prediabetes be reversed? Yes, for most, studies show 50 to 70% can return to normal with lifestyle. Myth, it's only about sugar. Fact, processed carbs and inactivity play big roles. Question 2, do I need meds right away? Often no, lifestyle first for prediabetes. Myth, thin people can't get it. Fact, yes they can, skinny fat, from poor diet/muscle. Question 3, best foods to lower blood sugar? Cinnamon, vinegar, berries, help modestly. Myth, carbs are evil. Fact, right kinds in moderation are fine. Question 4. How fast can I see changes? Energy often improves in weeks, numbers in 3 to 6 months. Always consult pros, supplements like metformin sometimes used, but lifestyle foundation. You're armed with tools now. Finally, let's wrap up. We've covered so much in this masterclass, from the quiet wake-up call of a blood test revealing prediabetes, to understanding insulin resistance simply. Quick recap, basics, how blood sugar and insulin work, and what goes wrong. Signs, fatigue, thirst, weight gain, don't ignore. Causes, diet, inactivity, genetics, stress. Diagnosis, simple blood tests like A1C. Complications, heart, nerves, kidneys, but preventable. Prevention and plan, whole foods, movement, sleep, stress control. Myths busted, it's often reversible with action. Your short, realistic action plan this week: schedule a checkup if overdue, ask for A1C. Walk 20 to 30 minutes daily. Swap one sugary item for veggies or protein. Track how you feel. You have the power. Most people reverse this and feel better than ever. You're not alone, take it one step at a time. Feel hopeful, this is your body thanking you. Thank you for spending this time with me. If it helped, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, let's keep learning together. Check these related videos: 10 easy low-sugar meals, and daily habits for better energy. Take care, see you soon. Stay empowered.